Hey guys, so if you couldn't tell by the title, today I'm going to talk about something that is very personal to me, but I've also shared my story on multiple different videos on my channel, and so I have absolutely no problem talking about this online, and that is how did I lose weight? So, if you are new to my channel and you are just seeing this video, and that's the first video you're seeing on my channel, please know that, like I said, I do have multiple videos on my channel talking about weight loss and my specific weight loss journey. Um, However, if you don't know me, then you don't know that at my highest weight, I was 310 pounds. And as of right now, I am way farther down than that. I am kind of fluctuating between the 160s and the 170s, depending on the day and what I've eaten and all of that good stuff. But somebody asked me recently on my channel, how did I lose the weight? So there were multiple things that I have done to help me lose weight, and it just kind of depended. So I did have weight loss surgery at one point. I had the gastric sleeve surgery. However, that is not where my weight loss journey started. My weight loss journey started years before I had my gastric sleeve surgery. And I just want to let you know that I tried the regular ways of losing weight. I tried changing my diet. I lost some of the weight from being in a calorie deficit before I moved back to Michigan, and I kind of went back and forth between losing weight, gaining it back, losing weight, gaining it back, and it was super frustrating for me. And so at one point I just decided that I needed more help than just what I could do on my own, and that is when I decided to do a consultation with a bariatric surgeon. And I felt super comfortable with the bariatric surgeon that I did the consultation with. I had known people in my actual um, real life who had had the surgery before I did the consultation with that particular surgical group. And my stepsister also had her bariatric surgery through that same surgical group that I did the consultation with. And so, like I said, I felt super comfortable with them. Her experience was good, and I felt like my experience could be good as well. And so I decided to do a consultation with them. We talked about different types of um, weight loss surgeries. We talked about gastric bypass. We talked about the gastric sleeve. We talked about duodenal switch. And we talked about basically every option that they had available. And at the end of the day, it was decided that the best possible surgery for me and my needs was going to be gastric sleeve. If in the future I decided that I wanted or needed a revision surgery and they agreed, I could do a different type of surgery, just kind of depending on what I needed at that time. Hopefully that never happens because I do try to stay with the diet. I do sometimes indulge in other foods, but I do still try to stick to the diet that they have me on. Um, it has been over a year. It's been about a year and 6 months almost, and as of the day that I'm filming this, that I have gone through the surgery. But like I said, there were other ways that I had attempted to lose weight previously, and that was keeping myself in a calorie deficit, eating healthier foods, choosing healthier snack options. So, like, instead of grabbing chips and cookies and cakes and all those things, I would try to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into my diet. I would try to not go straight for the sweets. I would try to switch out my sweets because I have a horrible sweet tooth. I would try to switch out my sweets for something that, like a fruit, like grapes or blueberries or strawberries. And that really helped me. I did a thing when I was living in Indiana where I switched at least one meal a day to a salad, and that really helped me lose weight as well. I started going to the gym. I started being more active and less sedentary, which is definitely something that's important when you're trying to lose weight. There were still my moments where I did not feel good, and I spent like days on the couch or in a chair because of pain or just not feeling like I could go and exercise at any given moment. So there were times where I struggled, and there are times now that I still struggle. But like I said, I do try my best to keep up with the diet that they have me on now, which is much more open than it was after I had my surgery initially. So, like when you have surgery, initially you're going to be on a liquid diet to start off with, and then shortly, eventually they will um, start working you incrementally through different stages of the diet and reintroducing things little by little. That's what I meant, not shortly. Little by little into your diet again. And so they just kind of reintroduce foods little by little and see how you do with them, and have you meet with dietitian and or everybody else that is on your team so that you can talk through things. I got to see an exercise physiologist twice, once before surgery and once after surgery. And of course, when I got to see him after surgery, I was in the wheelchair because after surgery, I had a moment where I had a stroke and had other stroke like symptoms that um, persisted. And so I was in rehab and having to do all this other stuff that is completely separate from my gastric sleeve surgery. But I just wanted to share. I was not able to exercise like they wanted me to and like I needed to, but I did my best. I stuck with what it was that they were advising me to do. And that is how I lost the weight that I've lost currently. Um, Initially, like I said, I started with changing things in my diet, going under a calorie deficit, trying to increase my activity levels. And then after I had surgery, I followed their plans for me. And that is how I lost the weight most recently. So if you guys have any more questions that you would like me to answer about my weight loss surgery or about weight loss in general, I would definitely be open to sharing my story with you guys. You guys, if you are new to my channel, I am an open book and I am more than willing to be open with you guys and honest about anything it is that you guys would like to know. And so, yeah, that is it for today's video. Let me know if there are any topics or questions you have in the comments down below, and I will be glad to make a video for you guys. And with that being said, I will see you in another video.